Guys, welcome back to the Valenti Podcast. We are reunited.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
True.
Last potty for the end of the year as well. For us anyway, filming it.
Yes. I'll try to get this edited and rolled out before 2024. So it'll be like last podcast of the year.
Yeah, because tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's
the
New
last
Year's
day,
Eve,
mate.
yeah.
So it's gonna go up tomorrow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the day after
New Year's
tomorrow is
Eve.
not this year.
New Year's Eve potty. Is tomorrow New Year's Eve?
Yep.
Yeah,
New Year's
apparently.
Eve potty.
For this podcast, let's just try not to talk about calisthenics. Let's just...
Yeah, apparently you guys
What's
want to know about us. I don't know why, but
Isaac won't be talking very much.
yeah,
I've got nothing to say if it's not about calisthenics. My whole entire life is
we can talk
revolved
about
around it.
Content.
I thought you were just gonna
Cameras.
say nothing.
I was going to, and then something popped into my head.
I feel like we barely know anything about each other.
Okay, everyone go around and say their favorite.
Maybe I know a little bit more about Blake than I do know about Jordan and Tyler.
Because we just spent like a whole week together just sending each other memes on a couch.
Because we have unfiltered chats and we
Oh wait, so our group
Full
chat
stop.
with all four of us is filtered?
Nah. It's just we just say the most out of pocket stuff to each other. For context, I spent 4 days alone with Blake.
Sorry to hear.
For who?
Hmm?
For Isaac
sorry
or for me?
Both.
It was fun, actually.
Yeah, we had
Yeah, I was stuck in Canberra. Everyone go around and say their favorite color.
Orange.
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 Actually?
Don't
No.
have one.
Yeah, not orange. Mine used
Is
to be
yours?
like green.
Yeah,
Avocado socks.
if it's not black, then it's orange.
Yeah, right. There you go.
I've never seen any of you guys wear orange.
He has his orange hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
my
I
orange
don't-
bucket hat.
Oh, you do too. Yeah, sorry.
Blake's
That's
just.
I
not
don't
an
like
orange.
wearing it. It's hard to
You just like looking at orange.
well, like being fashionable and wearing orange isn't really like fashionable. We can't
Mm.
really
Why don't you dye your hair orange?
yeah, also not
Orange hot.
yeah, exactly. Headhunters. Just
Fair enough.
retired.
So do you just like the color when you see it? You just look at it and
Yeah, it's my favorite
acknowledge that
color.
you like the color.
Yeah, it's my
Like
favorite.
it,
my favorite
it
color.
produces the most dopamine when you look at it.
It's just my favorite.
It's my dad's favorite color.
If I had to pick a color, I would pick orange.
Yeah, orange is a sick color.
Do you like the taste of oranges? Because they're orange?
I don't think we've ever bought oranges.
Why is your favorite color orange?
No, it wasn't. It was green. I lied.
Well, do you like the taste of
I've
greens?
never seen you wear green.
Green
Half his
shorts
body's
and green
green.
socks.
Half his body's blue.
I have now.
I feel like your favorite color is red.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't really have a favorite color.
Yeah,
Oh.
neither. This was just my
I like
favorite
my
colour
red
in
shorts.
primary school. Don't really care.
I like my red shorts, but I also like my white ones.
I just like
and my
anything
black
that's in
ones.
Via. It's my favorite.
Mm.
My favorite color is Tyler.
Poo.
This is what happens when we can't talk about calisthenics.
Great chat.
Yeah.
What is everyone's hobbies besides calisthenics? Like, what do you guys do outside of everything you do, which is
Like Clash of
calisthenics?
Clans?
Yeah, you have a problem.
No, I don't. I have a solution, and that's Clash of Clans.
I've started to play it a bit more.
It's not like a universal license.
The solution.
It has no language.
Like, you just open the app, show people your base, and instantly it like telegraphs to them
It just demands respect.
Yeah, it's like
how
a status thing.
disciplined you are.
Mm.
It's the pinnacle of discipline.
Yeah, I guess because you have to remember every day to collect your money in your elixir, right?
And upgrade
Yeah, man.
stuff.
It's not a very exciting thing after you've been doing it for, years and years.
That's why it's impressive in Isaac's
Like,
eyes.
if I were
10
to-
years.
Show you my base like right now.
Would you show us your cock? Right now?
Hey, behave.
It's all
It looks
destroyed.
different to...
Because
Wait, what's...
someone rated it. Oh, it's different because I upgraded stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of a loser.
Yeah.
I kind of call him that because he's better
Nice.
than mine. Nice
Nice
cock,
cock.
Isaac.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my other hobby besides calisthenics.
And what else do you do?
Like these days?
Yep. Or
Nothing.
did you do back in the day?
Editing? You can say...
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
video
I was gonna say
editing.
content
Should
and
tell
like
the-
Content?
filming and cameras and.
I actually
Oh.
don't like editing.
Yeah, neither.
It's just work to me.
It's just it's the end product which is rewarding, but it's
Yeah.
a bitch to actually do.
I like creating ecstasy for people.
I just like documenting shit.
I like creating something that people want to go back to again and again and again.
For me, I just like capturing little highlights. The other day, I just
But-
like watched all my YouTube videos.
Like the
just 'cause.
actual editing process, which is 90% of the work. I hate it.
Yeah, editing.
I hate it in the
sucks.
moment, but once I finish editing, I'm like, yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, but
Honest-
besides calisthenics, I got no hobbies. Before then, I used to play piano, but that also wasn't really a hobby because I was doing it to get certificates and
Did
to
you get
get.
forced?
Yeah, I was forced because
Asian.
I'm an
Asian.
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah, I was forced to, but then I just quit eventually because I'm not Asian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Learn
a fun
something new
fact
every day.
about me.
What do you do outside of calisthenics?
Not
Like,
be
what did you
Asian.
do prior to calisthenics?
You're trying to be an Asian because you play LOL.
Nah, I gave that up too.
Retired.
I realized.
Just recently? I
Nah,
haven't seen you watching
delete
it in
it.
a little bit.
deleted it like ages ago.
Is that why you haven't been watching it recently?
No,
You
I
only
just watch.
watched the
I watch
final.
Worlds every year anyway. But
That was the big competition.
Yeah, since the Alex arc, he hasn't been watching it.
since the Alex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, since Alex is here. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when Worlds finished basically.
Yeah.
That was the only reason I played it again was because of Worlds. When Worlds is coming up, I get G'd up, and then they like release the like the song, the anthem or whatever it is, the Worlds anthem, and then it G's me up, and then I just want to play it. But my
can't
laptop
relate.
also broke, so
Blessing.
yeah, it is, to be honest.
What
So
about you, Tyler?
liberating.
What's your hobby?
Used to ride bikes when I had one. Sad emoji.
Like a bicycle,
No, the ones with the little motors on them.
ride your push bike down the street
Pictured him riding a fucking bicycle in Lycra.
with training wheels.
In
No, it had
Leichhardt?
one of the little the engines on them.
Bicycle with an engine.
Yeah, like
training wheels as well.
the one you accelerate, not the one he does at the bars, but
Yeah.
like what you
Oh,
accelerate.
I was
actually
thinking like a
moves.
line bike.
No, it took petrol.
Petroleum line bike.
It makes sound and it goes forward.
Yeah, it was
Like
it
your
was a
one.
motorbike.
Yeah.
Motorbike, that's what they're called.
Oh, those ones. Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
Jump off cliffs sometimes. I like anything with like adrenaline, pretty much.
Mm.
Mm.
That's what I do. Plus, I like making videos. Once the video's made,
Yeah, I like making YouTube videos. I just stopped doing it.
I like making them. Like I said before, for like documenting my life.
I stalked a YouTube channel.
Mine, there's not much on there anymore.
Wait, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he made
didn't
like
know that.
he just did like lots of B-roll. Of
Yeah.
of like beaches.
I did vlogs as well at one point, but I archived all of them
Can we watch them one night?
because I was like 8. I was like, I don't know, 15.
Did you do
No.
Gary B roll?
Just gonna pretend I didn't hear anything.
What about you, Jordan?
I guess same as you. I like adrenaline,
That's how we met, though.
thriving activities. I like riding motorbike. I like reading books. I like
Can't read.
I like learning things. And swimming.
I like
the beach. Going cliff jumping, doing flippies.
Yeah. I miss summer. We're not peak summer
What
yet.
do you mean?
It's not peak summer. The clouds are out today, wasn't it? I didn't even see the sun.
It's not peak summer, you reckon?
Nah.
It's
We're
not
not
January.
33
Like January, we'll
degrees
get
every day.
we'll get peak.
So it's not peak yet.
No.
It's gonna get hotter.
I just want the sun to be out.
Sun is out, bro.
There was water in front of it called clouds.
This is why I never say anything during lifestyle podcasts because I got nothing to add to it except calisthenics. Whole life is just dedicated around it. So sad.
Well, at least now it is.
I don't think it's sad. I think
Most
everyone,
people don't have anything.
I think everyone
Yeah.
should dedicate their life to
Most
something.
people, you ask them like, "Oh, what's your passion?" And I was like, I like going to the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, I like watching TV.
Yeah, I don't watch
Oh, this
anything.
favorite show I'm watching. Like, shut the fuck up.
I don't watch a single show.
Does
Does
anyone
anyone
play-
watch shows here?
No,
I
I would
watch,
never.
I like watching them, but I don't have time.
What's this? I don't know.
Shows. Like TV shows on Netflix seasons.
Oh yeah, I used to watch them
We watched one the other day.
when I was a loser.
We watched
Yeah.
we watched we watched The Witcher the other day.
Yeah.
You were a loser the other day.
Yeah,
I want to watch so many
it's-
shows. I want to watch.
Yeah, but like they're a waste of time.
yeah, that's I want to, but like
Yeah.
I don't have the time to do it. I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I want to watch Chainsaw Man. I want to watch all these animes, and then the Netflix shows. I want to watch some movies, but like no time. I tried to watch a movie the other day. It was like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and I love Marvel movies like back a year ago, but now just I fell asleep during that movie and I'm bored of it now. It's all just childish to me.
I get bored of literally, like, you put a movie on, I'm like 2 minutes, I'm like, I'm so bored. Like, give me something to do.
Yeah, movies aren't.
Now, if I want to watch something, like, sit down, I'll listen to a podcast or something, because I feel like that way I can learn something and it's not a waste of time. It's productive.
Yeah.
And I'll take notes or watch something about a topic that I want to understand more about, so I also get entertainment whilst also learning things that can improve my life.
Yeah, I like to do that, but I still watch random shit sometimes.
Wonder what Tyler watches.
Yeah, what do you watch? I saw you watching a Tool review the other day.
He always goes on weird side.
And it was like a
Yeah, he
solid,
I'm not on the
it was
weird
a
side.
solid like
Called?
10 to 15 minute Tool review. And you watched the whole thing.
You watch like DIY videos and stuff,
Well,
hey?
I used to be Sparky.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Do you miss it?
Yeah.
so
I do.
nerdy.
You watch like not
So cute.
like building gadgets and like
Yeah, I watch a lot of like DIY videos.
yeah.
He watched.
Just
He
people
sat.
actually doing stuff.
Yeah,
he sat
pretty
down
cool.
on the 12-minute video on how LEDs are made. Who gives a fuck how LEDs are
It was
made?
interesting.
That's so cute.
I think it's interesting too.
LEDs are in that, and that, and that, and that.
You ever think about how basic objects work, or at least basic to us now, and think, yeah, that is actually quite fascinating.
Like a
Yeah, that's why I watched
Like
an LED video.
like a mug.
Like, no, I was gonna say something more. It's a bit too simple. I was gonna say something like a fan, maybe,
How does a fan work?
or glass.
How does glass work?
Yeah, like it's a perfect image. You look at it and you see yourself.
You mean a mirror?
Yeah. Didn't I say mirror?
It's a glass.
Oh, mirror.
Oh,
That's what I meant. Which is glass.
yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. What color is a mirror?
What do you mean? It's not a color.
Yeah, there's no color.
It's whatever color it's reflecting
It's reflective.
into your eyeballs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Whatever color you see it is.
So would you say it reflects all wavelengths evenly?
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
It only
Yeah, why
reflects
not?
visible wavelengths that we can see. It doesn't reflect like radiation, X-ray ones. Go straight through it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I meant wavelengths of the visible spectrum.
Oh, I don't
So
know.
wasn't
I don't know then.
precise enough.
I don't know then.
It's making me cringe. So
If
nerdy.
you guys want to watch a video on it,
Pop up the video.
I'll watch it.
I'm actually really excited for January. We're doing carnivore diet, except
That one.
guy. Bit lame.
No, I just.
You guys
I'm looking
excited?
forward to
I'm
it.
just in
Yeah,
my routine now.
but I'm gonna
I
miss
don't wanna-
Kewpie and
I don't want
carbs.
to change anything. My training routine.
Yeah, but it's
The
diet.
food rubbish
yeah.
routine.
No, I'm just like I'm at a good point where I'm gaining weight now. I'm in like a routine of eating the right amount every day, which is rare.
Fairfield.
Which is rare
Yeah.
for me. So
I just want to not
Yeah.
be fat anymore.
Yeah, carnivore will help.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I do like my carbs. I like my rice. I have it with every meal.
Carbs are the enemy.
Tastes good.
I just want to try meat only.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah,
I want to see what it's
just
like. I've never
experiment.
done an actual diet, so this will be a first for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'll feel great, and you'll be like, holy shit.
I hope.
You'll realize most of your pretty much all your life you've been living suboptimally.
Now, but the ones if like my grandmother cooks for me.
Yeah, you can eat it. Will be performing suboptimally.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you like my grandmother's food?
It's like you don't realize it's suboptimal until you experience optimal, or closer to. I think it's basically impossible to be 100% optimal.
There's always a flaw.
There's so many ways to improve it, and
God is optimal.
God. Yeah, I like that.
Can't be God.
Mm.
Yeah, good chat, guys. Good podcast. We struggle to talk about anything besides calisthenics, as you guys can see.
What's your opinion on grandparents?
That's so
They're
fucking random.
They're old.
I know why you asked that.
Yeah.
You know,
Why do you
Yeah,
ask
of
that?
course I know.
Like,
Why?
what do you mean by opinion on them? Like, should they be eliminated? Is that what you're trying to ask? Or like,
Mine were.
Final grandparent solution.
I
Wait,
like,
what do you,
I like
what
my
are you, what are you
grandmother.
insinuating? Like, what,
Yeah.
I
what
feel
do you
like-
mean
I
by
feel
what?
like
What do you
I'm,
expect?
I'm where
what
I am.
response you're
I am
expecting?
where I am today because I have no grandparents.
Do
Elaborate.
you think they're a bad influence?
I think that influence. They influence your parents.
Anyone in your life is an influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They influence your parents that influence you. So I do believe the lack thereof, the lack of grandparents in my life made my parents much more looser towards me, which allowed me to do whatever I want. So do you feel like,
Do you think that was a good thing?
yeah, I think that's a lovely thing.
If they were stricter, which is what I think you're implying, how would that have looked?
Well, I would have been, still in uni and still studying and
So
trying
you
to
think you would have been
appease my parents.
You think you would have been forced down a suboptimal path of life?
Yeah, for sure. If your parents were still alive and you had a child to look after, you want to impress your parents, right? But if your parents didn't exist and and your child goes rogue, like how I did, then you wouldn't feel the pressure to keep them trapped again.
I feel like that's a double-bladed thing. Like some people may not like how their parents did and do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Do you
I was
think?
I was going to say the idea of like living strict or disciplined, or the way your grandparents might have been, isn't pertinent to grandparents themselves.
Mm.
It's more so down to the person. Like my grandparents could be much looser and kick back compared to yours.
Would you not have been able to break out of that if you're in this hypothetical situation?
Yeah, for
You've
sure.
just been rebellious.
You wouldn't have been able to.
I'm so glad that my parents or
Or it
grandparents
just would have been harder.
weren't around. Oh, it would have been so much harder if they were around.
Do you think you would have still eventually
Found
ended
your
up
way
on the
here?
same path
Yeah, I would.
to some degree?
It just would have taken longer. I would have had to finish a uni degree and paid off my debt first.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Did you do a uni degree?
I did it for 6 months just to see what it was like.
Oh, and then, so what, you're like $5,000 in debt?
No, I evaded it.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. I'm like $35,000 in debt or something. Check the other week.
Yeah, I mean, uni debt.
Yeah, I'm in zero.
All
I don't
for-
know if this was
crack a
real or
sniff.
fake, but I saw like a uni debt, like global uni debt thing.
Like,
you seen that?
Stat? No.
It was like counting. It was like 1.6 trillion or something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
don't know,
sounds
if,
pretty
don't know if it
massive.
was real or not. But
If you haven't, oh, you don't have any debt, eh?
Nah,
Oh,
I'm an idiot.
Mad. Yeah. Good up.
Yeah, it was the way to go. I got paid to study.
I don't regret it.
Complete opposite.
I mean, I liked what I studied and I found it quite enjoyable, but then I realized it wasn't going to lead me to the life that I want to live.
Mm.
Like, I like the knowledge I learned, but that knowledge could have easily been obtained through Google and YouTube,
Yeah, you can say that
which
about
I
anything.
learn
though.
more through that now anyway. It's like, I basically paid all that money and I didn't go to a single lecture. I just read the lecture notes myself and literally taught everything myself.
What were you studying?
Medical science.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's the whole thing's a scam.
saw an interesting thing on TikTok that was talking about how sometimes the most intelligent kids suffer more because they're too intelligent. So like when you go to school system is structured so that it supports the less intelligent kids. Doesn't
It didn't
push,
support me.
it doesn't push the most intelligent kids to reach their max. It pushes the less intelligent kids to get onto the same level. So it kind of evens the playing field, if that makes sense. So it tries basically, like the ideal situation is for every student at the school to be at the same level, basically, just the way that the school's structured. And so then you get these kids who are like super smart going through school. They ace everything. They don't have to study. They don't have to do nothing. They get to uni. They don't know what it is to study. They don't know what it is to work hard. They don't know what it is to be organized. They don't know any of that. because they don't have to do it through school to get where they need to get to, because school doesn't push them to the absolute limit. It's easy. It's just natural for them to be good enough. But for the kids that are still smart, still have ability, but they need to work harder to.
I feel like that also depends on
bridge
the
that
school
gap.
you go to.
No, I just think this is like, I'm talking in generalities,
Yeah.
but it's across the board. Like every school's structured the same way as far as I'm aware, the traditional structure. But then when you end up at uni, this is what I liked about uni for me, was that I pretty much at school I definitely didn't have good practices. I didn't have good organization. I didn't have good like study skills or discipline or anything like that. I was very slack. And I could have done way better, but it turned out that it wasn't really necessary anyway. But the only thing that I would have taken out of it if I had done it differently was those benefits of like the discipline and the hard work and the organizational skills and the planning, which I learnt at uni, because then you kind of get thrust into an environment where you have to do it all yourself.
I like mine at
And if
school.
you don't, it costs you.
You
It
could
doesn't-
have learnt that without spending 30 grand on a degree, though.
Oh yeah, I probably could have, but it's a pretty efficient way of doing it. Like knowing that you're paying for it and that you're the one that incurs the cost, so everything falls back on
It's not
you.
cost efficient.
Yeah, but it's efficient in getting the job done. Like if I know that I have to pay another $1.5 grand every time I fail a unit, I'm not going to fail.
Over 3 years, though, to learn how to be organised. Doesn't seem very efficient.
How would I have done it? How would I have learnt those skills better?
You're saying because you
So
didn't learn them in
specific-
school.
in terms of skills, you mean like organisation,
Yeah.
right? Time management.
Yep.
Yeah, all that
Discipline,
stuff.
study skills,
Well, everything revolved around learning, I guess.
learning how to
if you
learn,
took-
basically.
If you took, many ways, if you took your training seriously earlier on, I mean, I didn't, so I'm not saying
Yeah,
that I
but
did.
it's easy to say if you took something seriously early on, but the only way you can take it seriously is if you actually have the knowledge to take it seriously, and the only way you learn that is through accountability.
Errors and failures.
Well, no, accountability.
Yeah.
Like at school, if you're already just like, getting what you need to get done, you don't have to put anything in. There's no accountability. It's like, oh, I just do the bare minimum and pass. Then, and no one's like, you don't have the accountability of your parents. Like if you have like strict parents or whatever, which I didn't. I did to some degree, but like not like some, But if you have the accountability, that's what forces you. And so when I was at uni, that was like a big thing over my head, was like, I'm paying
And
for.
the fact that you can lose money and you might have to repeat a subject is what forced you to be accountable, right?
Yeah, that and the time factor as well, because it's like it's time sensitive as well. If you fail a unit, you have to add another like 6 months on, or put in the extra effort to do the unit all over again. So it's time sensitive and financially as well.
You could say for Tyler, just going straight to being a tradie, having to wake up, basically being forced to wake up early in the mornings, that would have taught him accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sure.
I was doing that in school, so
Yeah.
for me. But yeah, I agree with that. Like even similar to what Blake was saying about even just going to uni and having that accountability to not fail and stuff. I feel like it is the same for TAFE.
Yeah.
But for me specifically, I didn't need to pay for it, so there was no financial side, but it was definitely holding you back. Like every time you failed, you'd be held back another 6 months, held back another 6 months. And last thing you want to be is an apprentice for 5 years instead of 4 or even 3.
Yeah.
So it just made you longer.
Camera's about to go off.
Why me?
I can do it. Might do it wrong though.
Yeah.
might stop recording.
Dun, dun, dun. Go take a piss if you need.
Nah, because last time I did that, someone stole his spot.
Yeah.
I was talking to the audience.
Oh,
Oh,
so you're talking to Blake?
I thought you were talking to Blake.
Let us know.
Why'd you? Yeah, never mind. Sorry,
Let
you
us
were about to
know.
say-
Let us know like when you listen to these podcasts. Is it just like at nighttime, on the train?
Driving
going
the
to be
car.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
mainly car and transport. At least that's when I used to listen to podcasts. Otherwise I'd be doing stuff that wouldn't stay in my head. Yeah, I guess everyone's different.
Well, going back to the subject, doing university made me realize that I didn't want to do university which is the reason why I did it in the first place, just to have a taste of it.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
But-
tasted it.
As I was doing uni, I was working at Coles. I've been doing that. I did that for 5 years, and it just left me a lot of time to think about different things. And I kind of rabbit holed because in uni I'd see like 40-year-old people, 50-year-old people doing courses that I was doing, and it made me wonder like, how come they're starting so late and we're doing it so early? So I had a little bit of a conversation with some other people around the class, and they're like, yeah, lots of people actually come back to university later on in their lives to do subjects that they wanted to do. And they've already had kids and stuff. They've already worked a job, but they just want to upskill and keep up to date with the market and, just get more income.
Would you do that?
But I won't do that. The reason why is because I kind of did a little bit of maths, and I figured that if you want to survive in Australia, it's actually really, really easy. Like I calculated the median spending of households in Australia and how much money you'd earn from just like a Coles job, and you could. And I calculated like how much shopping will cost for you to get like 120 grams of protein and enough nutrients to sustain yourself. And I realized that it's actually very, very easy to survive if you just let go of pleasure. And with Centrelink as well, that's even better. Like you don't even need to work and you can survive.
Yeah, but your living is very meaningless.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Extremely meaningless. And I reckon that's far worse.
That's the
than
thing,
just living.
right? Because if you just do the bare minimum of eating shit food, living in a really cramped place with no bed, and you kind of see where I'm going with this, and doing like really minimalistic things, you can survive. And from 16, I realized that I developed just like a mindset of pure survival. Like I started sleeping on the floor when I was in year 10,
You still do it.
and then I just eat like crap food and I don't care, like beef mince and rice. And calisthenics is like a passion, so I don't really care about going out, spending money, drinking food and drinking like alcohol.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink food either.
Actually, you do smoothies.
Yeah, you do.
So by then I just did all the maths and I was like, you know what? I don't really need too much money, and I don't need to actually go to uni to upskill and increase my income. What I can do instead is have a shot at my dreams. And if I fail before 30 and I go bankrupt, then sure, you can take my stuff. Like the government the banks, they can take everything I've got. I'll go bankrupt, but at the end of the day, what have they got to take? They got nothing on me. Take my phone if you want, but
Well, you're not in debt.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
So why would they need to take anything?
exactly, they got nothing on me. So if I just go back to uni as like a backup plan when I'm like, I don't know, 35 or something, then you can always
Backup
do
plan
it.
means you plan to fail.
Yeah.
That's
But
why I went to
that's why I'm not
TAFE.
going to go to uni. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that quote? It's like the happiness is not having more. It's learning to live with less. That's
Yeah,
kind of what
sounds
I've
about right.
developed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wealth is abundance, not money itself.
Yeah. So I just found it really pointless because if I just go and shoot for my goals and for my dreams, I can survive anyways. And the worst case scenario is I end up on the street. But then I do that anyways. Like I sleep on the floor, I eat shit food, I do street workout. So life
don't
wouldn't
need
really
much.
change as much.
You
As
don't
long
need
as you
much
just keep like good connections with your parents and you don't do too many bad things, go to prison, do drugs, then like it's really, really hard to fail in Australia, especially. You have to be like some kind of crazy to actually fail.
Depends what definition of fail is. Because to me, 99% of people's lives is failure, at least to the way I look at it. Like I wouldn't want to be like 99% of people. So if I ended up like 99%, I would consider myself as being a failure.
I think failure is not even trying.
What was the kid saying?
Oh no.
The screen just glitched.
Yeah, I
just
thought we
wigged
lost
us out for a
Carrot.
sec.
Yeah.
Happened already.
Failure is not even trying.
I think failure is being so consumed in the system that you don't even have time to dream. That's ultimate failure. Like you don't even get the chance.
Yeah, and that's like 99+% of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
so far into failure that they can't even fail because they don't get a chance to start.
What do you mean by the system? Elaborate.
We just get sucked into the rat race of,
9 to 5 family.
work hard, play hard, and that's it. And you have to work this job. You have to go to university or else you're not going to survive. But you're fed this lifestyle which requires more income and more money to sustain. And that's what makes you work harder. But if you just detach from all of those things and realize that you don't need that much in order to live a fulfilled life, then everything becomes much more clear. And this is going to be pretty hard on my parents if they heard this, and pretty surprising to people. But I'm never going to marry. I'm never going to have children. Like my bloodline ends with me.
Wow.
No, yeah, I definitely want to have kids.
I agree on the whole marriage component. Like I don't care about a paper. I don't want the government involved in anything I do. The less they know, the better. But I absolutely want a family and kids for sure.
Same.
I think I'm a
Just
curse.
please don't give me a daughter first. I just want a son. At least want a son first.
I could not bring a child to this world.
How come?
I feel like I've just got so much bad genetics.
What do you mean?
And I think I'll be a bad father.
Really?
Yeah.
In what
You're
regard?
just too careless, eh? I feel like you just
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Only one way to find out. But by the time you find out, it's already too late.
It depends if it's a good find out or a bad find out.
At least you found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not.
Slavery used to be. You would work, you wouldn't get paid, but you would get fed and you'd be given shelter. Now, you work, you get paid enough to buy your food and give yourself shelter. So we're still just slaves.
slavery with a few extra steps.
It's literally modern slavery.
Yeah.
And they just don't call it that. They just change the wording.
I think that's why we all
Yeah.
get along. We don't want to be slaves.
Literally.
I have so much hatred for the system, man. Honestly, like I would rather be in a position where I just made enough and I can live just freely on my own, true to myself. I make my own money. I live on my own terms rather than live on someone else's terms but make more. Just because that way I can do what I want when I
More
want.
freedom.
Because at the end of the day, pretty much everyone that works a regular job, I think most people, you have to do what you're told. Like at the end of the day,
Got to ask to leave.
it doesn't matter what job you have. There is a degree where you're going to have to do what you're told, or you have to get permission if you want to do a certain thing. Then goal is just to have pure and ultimate freedom.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I don't want to have to I don't want to have to ask someone to go somewhere, or like do
Yeah,
something.
just go.
Yeah,
Just book a flight. A couple of days
Yeah.
later, boom, you're there.
that's what I want. Don't want to
I don't mind authority though. I don't mind listening to instructions. Having people tell me what to do and following the system. I have no problem with it. But there just comes a time when you have to move on. And that's always got to be in the back of your mind or working towards.
Yeah, no boss. That's what I want.
You can be an entrepreneur though.
Oh yeah, entrepreneur. I was like, you said that wrong, and then I realized what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which is basically, how would you even explain it? Like
Entrepreneur is an entrepreneur within
in a company.
within a business or a structure.
Which is kind of what you're aiming to do, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the path that I'm on. Yeah, the path I'm pursuing.
Basically, innovate within a company so that you can start your own team,
Yeah, so basically
develop new ways
basically
of doing things.
what an entrepreneur does is creates in a business sense. They create from scratch. So like they come up with original ideas, improve things, find a way to make things better in the structure of their own new business or new pursuit. So an entrepreneur is doing the same thing, but within something that already exists. So you just make it better, come up with solutions, original ideas, creativity, that sort of stuff, which is, it's kind of more efficient because you don't, well, you get paid in the meantime. You help, like it's mutually beneficial to you and everyone else and the company, but you don't, there's less barrier to entry, or there's no barrier to entry. If anything,
Low risk.
if
Also,
anything,
less
it's
risk
like,
if it fails as well.
if anything, you get pushed into it because you get like there's incentives to actually work there. You know what I mean? It's not like if you were to start your own thing, you need like capital investment, you need the time and whatever to put into it, and no one's helping you with that. You have to come up with it yourself. But with if it's within something else, you're already getting paid the time. Like if you work full time in that business, where you're already locked into 40 hours a week or whatever it is. So that time is that you're already getting paid for, you can use to then do that. You know what I mean? Versus like, say you had to work like your standard job and then you're trying to be an entrepreneur on the side. Well, why don't just do them at the same time?
Sometimes your standard job does not correlate with what you want to do.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like that's very specific on what you're currently doing, if it aligns with it.
Yeah. Which is kind of lucky. Just stumbled into it, but you have to be looking for it as well. Because it's pretty obvious when you're going into a job that's not going to allow for that. So you have to kind of be open to winging it, and I don't know. I think that's something a lot of people lack these days.
I'm just working to pay the bills.
Yeah. A lot of people lack foresight for everything nowadays is cut and dry, especially with the availability of information. Like everyone's making the next video of here's how to get this done. Here's how
Get
to
rich quick.
Yeah, here's how to get rich. Here's how to be healthy. Here's how to do social media. Here's, it's just how to. It's all cut and dry, black and white. No one sees, or not many people see enough steps ahead to actually envision themselves on a path that might be obscured at that particular time. Like you can make a decision to go down some path where you think, okay, like this is not what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like if you just take this one step, say get a job that's not like I did, just get like a temp job where you're like casual for like 30 hours and you're doing like the most boring thing, or what seems like is going to be the most boring thing.
Do you have a 5-year plan?
If you don't have the vision to see that can actually lead to something else, or just the open-mindedness to find out if it does, then you just kind of never allow for those opportunities to come your way.
Do you have a 5-year plan? Does everyone have a 5-year plan?
Not necessarily a full plan. Just have ideas at the moment. Like
mine's not
the
structured.
destination, yeah.
Mine's not
I haven't got
structured,
structure. But I know where I want to end up.
but I could explain it. I won't.
What about you, Isaac?
Explain it.
Do you have an idea of where you want to be?
Yeah, 5 years plan. By 25.
More teasing? Is that your plan?
Yeah, Masters Calisthenics, and I want 10 properties, and then I wanted to get hybrid retired, and then passive income of, I think it was 6K a month. Yeah, monetary, and then physical wise, mastering calisthenics. And what else? Mentally, I don't really care about mental. Just keep working.
You work like a dog.
Made these goals 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So you got 2 more years?
I made these goals 3 years ago, but I knew by 25 what I wanted.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. For me, it's 25 is 2 years.
Yeah, same. 25 is a good. It's like feels like
25 is when I'm going to allow myself to date someone.
feels like a pinnacle.
2025? Oh, you mean 25 years old?
Yeah.
Feels like a pinnacle moment.
For me, that's like, okay, I'll talk to people.
Yeah, hitting 25.
Wait, what am I
feels like a
now?
pinnacle
Shit.
moment.
Oh,
You're old.
25 next year.
You're old. Yeah, I'm still 23.
I got a year,
No, I've got
a year and a half.
I've got a big goal for next year. which I won't mention. Most of the goals. But like, yeah, 25. If I'm 25 and I've accomplished this main goal I'm working towards, I'll be very disappointed.
Once we
Yeah,
hit
I'm
25, because most of our goals sounds like
Aligned.
25 is a pinnacle moment for most of us. What happens after 25?
Another
25
5
will
years.
be like the spark for me.
Yeah.
That'll be like,
It
alright,
means you're on
boom.
path.
The fire is lit, and from then on, it just turns into a raging
fuel it
ember
from
over
there.
the period of the next 3 years.
So 28.
So
And then
25
I
is the
reckon-
spark.
Yeah, I reckon like 28, I'm only at a point where I'm, what's the way to describe it? Like I'm pretty much set for life in terms of not necessarily,
You're on the
I want,
path. You're
I'm not
so,
saying-
so on the path that you can't be removed from it.
yeah. So like, I'm not saying to the point where, I want to have millions in my account
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But when I say set for life, I want to have the skill set already down packed. So
rolling.
all I have to do is just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, so it's
And I'm literally set the rest of my life in terms of finances, the skills I have, the knowledge. Obviously, you're constantly learning and the world's changing. So you're always learning new shit. But I want to be at a point where I've got the skill set to where I can basically just life will be easy mode. But then I just want to keep leveling up nonstop.
Do you think most people do that? Have that mentally set out?
No,
Like a
I
5-year
would-
goal.
Most people
I think they
are
do, but
clueless.
it's different goals.
Most people are clueless
Their
and they're a
goals are
feather in
in-
the wind. They have
they
no
go-
control, no discipline. They don't have any. They have a terrible mindset. They're just slaves and they're cogs in a wheel.
Yeah, I think their goals are around the slave stuff. Like they want to have a family, they want to build a house, they want to get a good job.
Yeah,
That's
but
their goals. It's
you know
not
what's so-
necessarily.
A lot of people.
But you
branching
know
out.
what's what's really meaningless about those goals? You can ask someone, what's your goal? And they'll all say the same shit. I want property. I want to have family. I want to be able to go on holidays. I want to earn this much money. And it's like those goals are so common that they're just meaningless. A better question or a better understanding to figure out what you want from life is what pain do you want to put yourself through? Because whichever way you go in life, there's going to be pain. Pain is everywhere, right? It's like, do you want to go through immense amount of pain now to then reap rewards later on, and then you can cruise later on? Or do you want to take the easy route and then experience a more diluted form of pain, which is going to be persistent for 10 to 20 years or potentially the rest of your life, because then you have no meaning. So pain is everywhere. It just depends what type of pain do you want to endure. And then that should be able to allow you to figure out what you actually want. What are your actual goals?
Yeah.
Because goals go deeper than, I want a house and a family. Like, yeah, no shit. Everyone wants that. Like, the whole point of life is
Pain is the mask
Evolution.
of desire.
I like that one.
What does that mean?
The things that you truly desire are hidden behind the mask of pain. What you think you desire, or what typical people think they desire, is the easy thing. The thing that's not hidden behind the mask of pain.
Sorry, I'm dumb, bro.
What do you want to achieve in your life, Isaac?
Yeah, I'm thinking of it.
you have the
Is it
answer.
going
You're
to
gonna-
is it going to be painful
You're gonna have to
to get
struggle.
there?
You're gonna have
Yeah.
to
Is it
work.
going to be painful?
Yeah.
If you weren't Isaac Tang and you were a sheep in the Matrix, what would your goals be?
Going down the path of
Thinking of it,
less resistance. Yeah.
would it be less painful?
Yeah.
Isaac Tang or the sheep in the Matrix? Who has the better goals? Who has the true desires in their sights?
What does the mask have to do with this?
He's getting to it.
I want the Isaac Tang one.
Exactly. Because you see through the mask of pain. You see what's behind that mask. But the typical sheep in the Matrix
Can't
sees
see
the
the
pain
can't
and
see that one goal. All right.
sees the mask and can't see that the true desires are hidden behind that mask.
Okay, I get it. There you go, viewers. If I understand it, you can understand it.
I just came up with that.
Made sense. Did very well explaining it.
Half.
Sheep
made sense.
sheep look at hurt but can't see end goal. Isaac look at end goal but endure pain.
Now sheep can't see fence. Isaac see past fence.
Isaac stand up, jump.
Isaac
See
jump
apple.
over fence.
Sheep can't jump, see fence.
Would you say you guys are motivated negatively or positively?
What does that
What
mean?
does that
Yeah,
mean?
what do you mean by negatively?
Yeah, I was going to explain that. you guys asked. But anyway, so are you more motivated by negative things or positive things? So, for example, do you want to work really hard because you want to make a lot of money, or do you want to work really hard so you can not be in pain, for example?
I just don't want to be a failure.
Like if someone tells you...
So like the pursuit of success
Yeah.
or the avoidance of failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or another analogy could be, say your dad is like, he doubts you. You say you're going to...
Prove something wrong.
Yeah, like you want to prove someone wrong because they're hating and doubting on you. Say you start a YouTube channel and you get hate and like stop wasting your time and go get a job.
So you're driven
Would
by
you
negativity.
be more driven by that, or would you be more driven by someone who would say, you're doing a great job, keep working on the YouTube channel, I want to see you succeed? Who's going to motivate you more, that hater or the person that actually supports you?
I feel like me personally driven by the negative side. Like I don't want to be a nobody.
Same.
I want to be. But then the positive side of people motivating you, I feel like, is what you want to have around while you're trying to do the negative stuff.
Mm.
Like hence why we all hang around each other.
What about
Like,
you guys?
Is this external or internal motivation?
Can be either.
Either.
Do you perform better with people around you saying you can't do it, or people around you saying you can do it?
I just perform.
But
Like-
is there a preference, or it doesn't matter?
No.
Like, why are you performing? Are you performing to prove people wrong, or performing to achieve something that like you want in the future, or a bit of both?
Prove people
Neither.
wrong. I'm not trying to prove people wrong though. I'm just trying to mog them.
Isaac's answer is neither.
So not, yeah, fair.
But I'm also,
Like, say for example, your parents think you're stupid for not going to uni. Are you more motivated by them saying you're stupid? Why would you do that? Or are you more motivated by them saying, I support you, whatever you want to do, I'm happy? Like, what would motivate you more? Or is it negligible? It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter for Isaac.
Yeah, that's the
I
inkling.
don't
I'm
want my
getting.
parents' approval.
Yeah,
I
same.
also-
Mine isn't around parental approval.
That's
Mine's
just an example, though.
They
Yeah.
don't even know I
but
do.
it-
They don't know I do calisthenics.
Yeah, but I'm not talking specifically about your parents. That's just
Could
an
be about
example. It's
anything.
just an analogy.
like for me. I don't
Oh.
want to be a nobody and poor, and I don't want to be stuck.
I want to be a nobody and poor, but I also want everything at the same time.
Isaac's solely intrinsically motivated. Is that right?
Yeah, I want to have everything and nothing.
But why do you want everything?
It's intrinsic.
Why do I want everything? Because it's just like finishing a game. It just feels right to have
Mm.
everything.
Evolution.
Yeah, it just feels. It's like you start a game, you just want to finish it.
Yeah. It's like you start up GTA, like you're not going to just go driving a car around the whole map for the whole time. It's like eventually you're going to start doing some missions.
Yeah, it's like you complete level 1. You want to get to the end goal. Why would you stop when you're halfway? You just complete it.
So I feel like he's not negative. It's just by the end, positive.
Yeah, we just figured out that it's not. That's just
Yeah.
That's what I
the,
feel like. in
the
my
whole
eyes.
paradigm doesn't apply to
Yeah.
Isaac. For me, it's a negative. Like
Yeah, same.
I can just be going about my day and everything like, fuck, I haven't reached this or this. I could have like made some achievements. They might feel great in the moment, but I very quickly do not care about them anymore. Like I'm constantly thinking about like,
Being better.
okay, I don't want to be at this point while I'm this age, or I don't want to be doing this, I don't want to be doing that, and that drives me forward. I never think, oh, I want to get to this point so I can be able to do this. It's like, I want to get to this point so I don't have to do this.
It's interesting. That's a good way to go about life.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
What about you, Blake?
Yeah.
Same as you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think positive reinforcement is a sustainable way to produce results
Mm.
at all. I don't think it works in any scenario sustainably. There's circumstances where it's warranted.
Right.
There,
So
there are people in.
I feel like it can't be the sole reason to be driven.
It's just unsustainable. You just can't do it
Yeah.
sustainably.
it's like you don't like it when you don't think it's sustainable when it's like people motivating you.
So if you get no hate, it's not as
Positively.
beneficial
Positively.
as only getting hate.
It's not sustainable.
I think, or at least for
Because
me,
it-
positive. So you're going to say something?
Puts you in a state of complacency.
Yeah.
People are always positive around you. You naturally will become more complacent with where you're at.
Get lazy.
So if
That's-
you're mogging in public and then perform really well so you can get people to say good things about you. Is that different compared to performing better because people are encouraging you?
Say that again.
Yeah.
Did you not just say the
Yeah,
same
said
thing
same
twice?
thing twice. Yeah.
No, because I performed better because they motivated me compared to I'm performing better so they can say I'm good.
I'm lost.
So it's just the reverse of the process. They're pushing you they're pushing you so you perform instead of you perform so they
And then they push you.
respond.
Yeah.
It's like cause and effect, basically.
Yeah.
They're the cause, you're the effect, versus you're the cause and they're the effect. Their response is the effect. Does that make sense?
No.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. No, go on.
What was the
What?
question?
I don't know. No question.
Fair enough.
That was a really good question. What? A thing you put up.
Yeah.
Not a question.
Negative and positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I forgot what I lost my train of thought when you
Yeah, you
about that.
confused me as well.
I was saying about how positive reinforcement is unsustainable.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
But I don't know where your question fits into that.
Also,
be
is
honest.
that a form of positive reinforcement if you perform better so then people can say good things about
No,
you?
because it's intrinsically negative. It means that you
gotta
think
earn
that
their
you're-
respect.
It means that you think you're inadequate in the eyes of the public, so you improve so that you can.
You can win them
No,
over.
it can be both. It could be like you want to do well so you can make someone happy. That could be positive motivation.
Yeah, but it's not.
Or do you want to
positive.
do well because you don't want to be seen as shit? It's the same outcome, but one is two different perspectives.
Yeah,
one's
but
negative, one's
chasing the positive result is not the same as positive reinforcement. Because positive reinforcement comes before the improvement or before the act.
Yeah.
The result comes after it. So positive reinforcement is you saying to someone before they get good at calisthenics,
good.
you can do it. But the result is that you get good at calisthenics and then people say, wow, you're good at it.
Well,
He's
what
different.
if they say, wow, you're good at only once you've achieved what you need to achieve?
Yeah, well, then it's
Yeah,
negligible
you earned
anyway
it.
because I've achieved what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
We're talking about the process, then
Yeah.
the positive reinforcement is unsustainable in my opinion. But it's warranted in certain cases. Like I've been at low points in my life where positive reinforcement was necessary. You need someone to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm.
That's one instance where I can think of it being warranted. But I think in general, you achieve more result. You just achieve a higher level of success in whatever endeavor when like there's a negative aspect to it. When someone or people around you are telling you that you can't do it or giving you some sort of, because that's what lights the internal drive. The positive reinforcement doesn't light the internal drive the same as the negative reinforcement.
Well,
Or
it
the
depends.
negative.
I would say it depends on the person.
I
Depends
just
how you're
don't think
driven.
I don't think it is as effective in general.
Once again, I think it would depend on the person. For me and you, I would say it's not as effective, but I think it comes down to the person. Like take a woman for example, not being misogynist. They appreciate the encouragement and the emotional connection, whereas like as men, we're more focused on results.
They appreciate it more, but does it make them work harder? If we're talking about objective results, I don't think it makes them work as hard.
I think it could.
I think
Some people.
in those specific cases, it's just a product of a person or people not being able to take the negativity or handle it.
I get what you're saying.
If they could, they'd achieve better results.
I get what you're saying though, because if you're working towards a goal and then someone says, wow, I'm so proud of you, you're doing really good, they'll get that dopamine hit and then it could lead to them not working as hard.
Induces
Yeah.
complacency.
Yeah. So
whether or not you want it to or to what degree is like up for
Mm.
debate, and it depends on the person, like you said. But I think just across the board, it's just not going to have the same effect.
Yeah.
Just the theory.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why Good thing about us, I feel like, is we always point out each other's flaws.
Pet peeve
What I
about
do
each
like.
other. Go, Jordan. One for each person. You have to say pet peeve.
Lazy. Dirty. Like messy.
Yeah.
Too perfect.
Too nice.
Sounds fruity.
Yeah,
on the
too
phone.
nice. That's everyone's gonna
Hey,
have
it's
a
not your
different.
turn.
Everyone's gonna have a different one.
not your
Lazy,
turn.
messy, too nice.
You go, Jordan.
I don't know. I can't think of any negatives about anyone. To be
Start on
honest.
that side then.
That's why you're too nice.
But yeah,
Go on.
you just proved my pet peeve.
Say something mean about him. Look at him in the eyes, and say something you hate about him right now.
Give it to me, Daddy. I mean, sorry. What you?
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Come to me last.
Yeah, you better think like Isaac, one of yours.
Why is that? Because I'm stuck in a too.
Jordan, stubborn. Tyler, annoying. Blake, lazy.
I don't know.
Anything can be.
No, I know, but I don't know how to like explain it. Do you know what
Just
I mean?
say like a story. Say a story.
For Isaac, it's just, I was gonna say reserved, but he's just, yeah, I think reserved is probably the best way to put it. You're just too, or can be difficult to understand and figure out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't
No
don't talk-
physical expression whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, it's just
just
like
don't
across
know.
the board. It's just,
Yeah.
but there
Camera.
could be worse things.
You want
Well,
to give it a
which one's
shot?
three?
Just try to.
I missed one.
It's all right. Just get all of them.
I mustn't have pressed it hard enough. Did I not press any of them hard enough? Who knows?
Bingo.
You just said Isaac, Tyler, and me.
Yeah. Said I'm too
Tyler.
reserved. And then for Tyler,
Yeah, what do you hate about me?
No, it's not really things I hate. It's just like
Pet peeves.
things that-
Flaws. Like, what's
Yeah.
something we
Pet
can
peeve.
improve on?
It's pet peeve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like improvement. Well, I don't even know if it's improvement, but
Tyler?
yeah,
You
I'm
mean?
trying to think how I explain it. It's like
Don't overcomplicate it, bro.
I know what I.
no, because I just like there's no word.
I know my flaw. I feel like I could be more motivated.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for me. It's like along those lines, but it's like, to like to innovate, to like perspective. I think perspective is the best way to put it.
Lack of?
Just the motivation to change perspectives, or just assess options. I don't know. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Weirdly specific.
It's
pet
hard
peeve.
to explain.
A lack thereof perspective shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
righto.
Yeah.
Mine?
oh,
Okay.
he's a devil's avocado.
And then yours is like almost the opposite of Tyler's. It's over willingness to
Look at other perspectives.
to like change.
You're very like stuck up in your ways.
No. Isn't he saying I'm very open to?
Oh,
you're
yeah,
you,
very
you
willing-
said Jordan's one. Now say mine.
No,
Yeah.
wait. I'm trying to understand
Yeah,
what
sorry.
this one is. Wait, you're saying so him
So Tyler-
lack of perspective change, me
Mm,
over willingness to change.
yeah, like or just too quick to
Adopt a new idea.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
get,
yeah,
yeah.
Those are my
Yeah, okay.
best ways.
So
to
mine
explain
mine
it.
for you, Jordan, is you are very stuck up in your ways. Like it is very hard to change your opinion. Isaac, you're messy. Like you're lazy.
Oh, mine's-
But it's not like you're lazy as in not getting stuff done. Like you do get stuff done. It's more
After
after you've done the
Multiple.
stuff.
mentions.
Like sometimes you're just chilling on the couch.
Mm.
But then I do that as well. But
Yeah, I notice myself. I'm hard to.
get going.
Yeah, no, like
Game?
it's just. I don't even know myself how it works, but just sometimes I'm motivated and sometimes I'm not, and just can't be like it just doesn't change. Like I just one day I'll wake up and I'm just a potato, brain doesn't work, nothing. I'll just have pure laziness, nothing in my brain. And then other days I wake up and I want to do every single thing under the sun in one day.
I love observing Blake.
What?
I read everything about you.
I do the same thing about all three of you.
I think we all do it all about each other.
Yeah, tends to happen when you.
I love looking at his energy dips and ups. I just observe them.
Fluctuates a lot.
Yeah.
It does. Some days you're sleeping 10 times a day. Some days you're non-stop.
I can predict.
I actually brag to like other people about how special you are, Isaac. Like I feel honored to sleep in the same household as someone that sleeps on the floor. Like I feel honored that I get to describe this specimen.
I do the same thing about you two being bloody adrenaline junkies. Like, yeah, I live in the same house as these two idiots that like ride motorbikes.
We do
and
dumb
jump
things
off the cliffs
carefully.
like idiots.
I love bragging to people that you do horses. Like all the time. I was like, I have a mate that does horses.
Yeah.
I think we all like each other.
Oh god.
My biggest thing that I like about everyone there is you guys don't get upset over little shit. Like if you guys are told you're doing something shit or you don't get your way in an outcome that we're trying to decide, no one's like holding grudges about it.
I spent a long time thinking about that. I spent a lot of time.
Yeah, like I that's one thing I really do like about everyone in regards to that. Like I can say,
Self-awareness as well.
yeah, like I can say you're doing something shit and you're like, yeah, fair enough. Or you need to do something like, yeah, fair enough. No one's like, no, you fucking do
I
it.
don't think. Well, I mean, I don't know, but for me, I really appreciate the fact that we did this. Because straight out, it's like fucking rare. Like in terms of in lifetimes, like people don't find like that group of people where they don't have any issues. You know,
I needed for me to get out. You guys have been very beneficial because for me it was a big jump to make, and it would have been hard to make it by myself. But you guys really had sets half of the path for me. And I just had to jump on it.
Yeah, it's definitely mutually beneficial for all of us.
Nothing.
I like it, but my favorite thing is also we're all very different.
That's the best thing about it.
Yeah. Like we're all alike, but we're all
It
different.
wouldn't work if we were the
Different.
Wouldn't work if we were the same.
Yeah. Like everyone kind of brings their own thing to the group in a way. Like if someone can't do something, someone else is doing
That's
it.
why all of us have something different about each other that doesn't.
But we still all have a
That
common
we need to
interest.
improve or that is.
I hate
somehow-
normality.
Like, imagine if there were 4 Blakes in the house and there was 4 Johns or 4 Tars or 4 of me. Oh, God forbid.
I'd like them
Yeah.
all.
It wouldn't last very long.
No. Everyone's,
Imagine how useful that would be if you had a clone of yourself.
you could do
Yeah.
double the amount of stuff.
Yeah, but you'd probably kill it.
Or you could also do
Like I know if I had a clone, I'd kill it within.
You'd
a
be
day.
too worried about it getting too powerful.
No, like I'd just like if I had to interact with it or anything like that, I would hate it. Like
Oh, you
the clone and I would just not get along.
So you hate yourself.
If I was an external clone, yeah. One of me is enough.
So would you behave the opposite of your clone? So if your clone was lazy that day, then you'll be the active one?
No, because that's not the way I work. I can't. If my clone and me were exactly the same, we would both be lazy at the exact same time, and then it would just piss me off that the clone was being lazy at the same time as me.
Well, the clone is being pissed off at you as well.
Exactly. So
Like both
one
just
of us
sleeping.
would kill the other one, and I'd kill the clone because it's a clone.
But you're too lazy to do so.
Not when we're fighting.
who would win though? It's you versus you. You guys are equal.
Nah, the clone's not equal. Deck it.
I thought that's what the clone thinks.
Yeah.
The clone thinks it's the real one.
I'd pay to watch that.
Clone thinks it's the real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Do you reckon
I
in the
got news for a
future-
clone.
we'll actually be able to make a clone,
I got
clone
news
of
for the
ourselves.
clone, bro.
Do you reckon we'll be able to make copies of ourselves? In
I
the
think
future?
when it comes to that, like you can't necessarily you can copy your initial state, but then as soon as you've cloned yourself, they're not your clone.
Because you're defined by your experiences and the
Yeah.
clone. inevitably
Experiences
can't
like
Right,
be
how
different
scary would it be
different
if you made a clone and then they just took over your life and it was like,
just robbed you of your entire life.
yeah, that like boom, like they
lock you up
kidnap
and-
you, they fucking lock you somewhere, and then boom, they just
Pretty sure there's movies about that.
yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I'll sit
Unless
back-
Jordan was James Cameron. Just make his own movie.
Nah, I'm Jordan.
Jordan Cameron.
Yeah.
Nice to meet ya. Yagun.
If the clone was evil, I'll just sit back and watch the world burn.
What if he burns you?
You wouldn't
What
be
if he-
able to watch it. You'd have you locked up in a basement.
Yeah.
Just ask him.
Isaac wouldn't care because he
could
can still try and planch.
You reckon it'll bust me out?
The clone.
Yeah.
What? The clone would be the one locking you up.
Or would you lock up?
I'm telling you, if anyone had a clone of themselves that was identical, no one would get along with their clone. It wouldn't happen.
Oh, but then I could ride bikes fast with someone else if no one else wanted to.
Yeah, because I guess if they accomplish certain things, then you'd be like, fuck. You're like, you wouldn't want them to outperform you, basically.
You also don't want them to underperform because then they just walk around like a useless piece.
Yeah,
of
and then
meat.
they'll be a bad rep. of
And you also don't want them to be your exact equal.
Exactly. Because you don't want someone to be copying you.
Well, that's the whole point. They're a fucking clone.
Well, I think that's.
Exactly.
I think
It's-
that circles back to like, it's good to be friends with people that are different to you.
Exactly.
You don't want to be around the same people.
Exactly.
Like you don't want to be in a group of friends where you guys all do the same thing and all have the same ideas and the same opinions.
All right, what's our roles then?
I
Start
feel
with,
like it changes depending on
lazy
what
one.
it is.
start with John. Let's just all three of us vote what John does. Like what does he bring to the table? Or is this too personal? Is this too personal?
I feel like it depends on the scenario. Like when something needs to be done, someone always steps up. for
Only
it.
good answers. Only good answers.
Jordan's good at
John pushes you out of your comfort zone.
yeah, and he makes me personally look at things at a different perspective.
And when you're lazy, he calls you out on it. He likes calling
Yeah, that's
people
good.
out.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I see Jordan as the challenger.
The challenger. Why do I think of a
He
car
does. He
instantly?
challenges people. Fucking
Yeah.
like
Right.
it.
Tyler keeps the mood of the
Handyman.
house. He keeps the mood of the house. You know?
Yeah, I see Tyler as the grounder.
He's the heart of
Yeah,
the
he's the
Valenti.
Grounding.
The heart.
On the Earth stake.
The grounder.
Yeah.
Isaac.
More.
Isaac, I feel like Isaac is
Isaac's the visionary.
he's
Yeah.
very good at seeing what the end goal is
Despite being
and
blind.
keeping us on track with it as well. Like if we're unsure of the end goal, you're like, hey,
It's ironic though because the bloke doesn't have a plan. He just does.
Yeah, that's why he's like.
that's why it's
that's
good
why.
though.
That's why I hate him.
I defy everything Blake believes in.
Because bro, if I could cut his head open and just take his visions out, I'd have a map of everything that's gonna happen in the next 20 years. But you can't bloody get it out of him because he doesn't know how to use his mouth.
I don't even know what's in my head.
But it's in
Exactly.
there. But it's in there.
Exactly, but it's in there. It's so
I'm
bloody frustrating.
Completely acting off my subconscious.
Autopilot.
And for Blake, it's the opposite. He's
Yeah.
the
Like I'm that,
analyst.
I
The
love it.
analyst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very handy for that. It's very like I couldn't do it. I don't want to talk to a bank to organize a fucking.
That felt so easy.
He looks at all my.
That's why I just gave you all the names because I'm the analyst. I just analysed you all.
I like Blake because he looks at all my ideas, and even though they're right most of the time,
He can tell you if they're wrong.
yeah, he solidifies the idea or breaks it down and goes a completely different route. And he is just good in that way. He's like the challenger, but more detailed
Different.
in terms of processes
Yeah.
and logical thinking.
Yeah, I like to think I provide alternatives.
Yeah, and it's good because even though you have an idea, you want to make sure you completely understand the ins and outs of that idea.
Makes us think more about what we're thinking about.
Yeah, bro just likes to think,
I do way too much of it.
and I like to do.
Good team. Good team. Do you reckon we could have another person?
No.
Nah.
Like, ones if they brought something that we're all lacking? Don't know what that is though.
That's why the
Different gender?
No.
No attack helicopters.
What?
Nothing.
Isaac, that's Isaac.
Attack
Yeah.
helicopter's a gender now, bro.
Yeah, cuz.
right.
Come
No,
on,
I
be
think four's a
open-minded.
solid number.
Because I'm a
Four.
thinker.
like you can easily get along. You could easily find someone that has 2 people that could do the same thing as us there, but it's just more input. when
Say
it's
that
4 of
again.
us. Like I feel like you don't necessarily need 4 people.
Nah, but 4's a good number.
Yeah, and I do like how we all help each other with our own aspirations as well. Like, as in, like maybe give opinions or advice or help.
Yeah.
Which I do like.
That was what I lacked big time.
Mm.
When I was at home. No perspective. Because I'm like trying to get somewhere, and I'm the only person there trying to get there. So it's like I'm on this journey, but everyone else around me is like staring at
The wall.
different directions. Yeah, staring at a wall. And so I'm like on this path, and I have no one else to guide me or like tell me I'm doing the right or wrong thing. So I have no idea where I'm going.
I reckon the next 6 months of my life will be the biggest trajectory shift in my entire life.
That's good.
That's
I'm
what
24.
2023 was for me.
Yeah, I've had a big change.
2023 is the best year of my life.
I think every year is always the best year.
It should be, yeah.
If it's not, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
2022 was my best year. 2023 was just.
You've done so much this year, though.
That's
Yeah,
what I hate about
including
it.
snap your ankle.
I've done equal parts of good and bad. So
Yeah, but you're on a good path now for
Yeah.
next year.
well, before this, the thing I hate about myself was I always rushed into things. So I've started to take things more slowly. Because even my dad used to say like, stop rushing, you're gonna do a worse
you
job.
do that.
So I
Not
can,
always a lot of planning sometimes.
yeah, I always don't plan.
Because you needed
Yeah.
a thinker, you needed a
We all-
grounder,
we all-
and you needed a challenger.
I think
Yeah.
we all know that as well.
Yeah,
That's right, we'll tell
like John grounds me for making decisions without asking people. And then what's Tyler again?
you. I tame everyone.
I was the
He's
grounder.
the
Oh, yeah.
grounder.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the
Um,
challenger.
Yeah.
But he challenges you for doing the
Yeah,
stupid
doing
shit.
stupid stuff. And
Yeah, why the
Tyler-
fuck you doing that?
Exactly. Challenger.
Tyler keeps me from being silly. And then
I don't know
Blake,
about that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
I was sitting there thinking like, I don't know, that's right. Man,
and
that's
Blake's
so
just
good.
Blake.
We have full
Me is me.
full on the SD card.
Ooh,
Ah,
what's that been?
could be a problem.
Yeah, that means I think there's no audio or footage being recorded.
No, it's audio. You can keep going with audio only. I already wiped the card. I think I have to
How long have we
reformat it.
been gone?
I don't know. It
It's been gone
maxed
a while,
out.
right?
There's nothing on the SD
I'll
card.
tell you
though.
if I could read the number.
No, it says 0 because it's
Oh,
full.
yeah,
it
it
can't
stopped.
record anymore.
What about that? Does that say how long we've been gone?
No, the
No, it says
computer's still
time.
running. Audio.
Well, yeah, audio
Keeps
levels are
going
still showing
forever.
on there.
Check.
Suss it.
You know, Isaac. Yeah, audio's still recording.
We've been gone a while. We could probably just call it.
Yeah. I think we've had a
What do
pretty
you
good
wanna
episode.
call
though.
it?
I think we got good once the ball was rolling.
Good question, actually.
Because we always have trouble.
Who were we?
Podcast name.
Oh, podcast episode.
I reckon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't we already have a name for this
Yeah.
podcast?
Who
I was
we
thinking
are.
of something along the lines of
Who we are.
Who are we?
Chronicles
Yeah.
of Nanya.
Who we are.
Not much.
Who your mal?
Who we are,
Who's your
or
mal?
who are we?
Who's your mal?
Who your mal is.
No one's gonna get that reference.
Who we are.
Who we are. All right. Easy.
Yeah, I think we'll
Well,
call it there then.
Have a
Learn more about us.
lovely new year.
Yeah, happy New Year, everyone. Hopefully you have some good goals and aspirations for this year, and not just going around the circle.
And don't drink yourself silly.
Yeah, be responsible. I wish I had my fireworks.
Go hard on fireworks though.
I couldn't bring any. Can't take them on the plane.
Okay, bye bye.